Well, I said before I was going to try to see what's behind the mirror and how you get them off. Already got one mirror off the thing. All I did was I took my knife here and I went up underneath here. Popped it out, and you can see here are the heater wires right there. And that's all there is to popping these mirrors off. I might actually just clean these up. Had to try to figure out how to get these pieces out, and I might be able to use these like in my trailer or something. Why not? These bodies are pretty much shot anyway. This is like the main part where the mirror sits on, and they clip on here. Then this is a motor connector. That's a motor connector. I'm guessing the motors are fine on these. It's just the wire it's a wire problem, or it's the little controller in the car doesn't make connection to the switch. Tin works. So 3 screws per motor closure here. To figure out how you pop that out. So far, all the screws seem to T10 works. As you can that came off. There's one motor in there. Yep, so that spins, and it spins that to make it rotate one direction or the other. Same with that one. You see the screw threads there on the motor, and they spin those teeth. You can see this is why I'm wearing gloves. There's grease up inside there to keep it going. And all that does is hold the mirror in place and secures it there. So got the wires off. See if I can't get this last screw out. There we go. It looks like those wires are soldered to the motor. clip the wires off. Those motors probably still good. Not sure if that's a capacitor or something else right there. All I gotta do is really provide some volts to this and see if they operate. I'm sure they do. That'll confirm that the problem wasn't the motors themselves, it was something else. I don't see any of the teeth missing here. So nothing obvious like that. Of course, this is where the back plate clips in. Right there. Looks like a clip right here, here, and here. There might be another one back in here somewhere. Try to take these screws out and see if that will move. That's how those mirrors are assembled, apparently. So this is, of course, got that one off. And just pulling it to the side will pop those up. So now I could clean this up, and I could mount this onto something if I want. And I could use that as a mirror. Same with this one over here. All I'm doing is taking this and doing that. I could use those in my trailer or something. Free mirrors. And I'll probably take the motors out of my other mirror too. Don't know if I'll ever use them for anything, but you know, I can test them. Again, I'll leave these ones in because I don't know how that comes out. But then while I'm here, I'll go to take apart that clock spring. First thing I'll do here is cut the wires. I won't bother taking that one any further apart, I don't think. Teeth on that look fine. Teeth on that look fine. Teeth on these plastic pieces look fine to me. None of them are obviously broken or flat. So I think the problem is probably the controller in the car. Right, so these are the housings for them. There's some writing on the back of these motors. Made in China. Seems to work. None of them are seized up so far. So, definitely magnetic in there. I would have to get some sort of wire connectors where I could just, I'll get clip ones I can put on there and put a voltage to them and see if they run. Something I have to do at a later time because I don't have those. This should be easy to open up, just like these tabs there. I'm hoping nothing's, springs out or anything. Let's see, I guess I can use the needle nose. Okay. Just try to push this off. I'll be cutting that one. Move out the way. Okay. Nothing should be between these together now. Just for it. Oh, that off. That goes right there. That piece pops out. Okay, it looks like there's metal tabs right in there that probably connect to something when it's in the car. Okay. Look at that part. Okay. So it's basically a ribbon wire up inside there that coils around, allows you to spin the steering wheel and so make those connections. Okay. So that's how that works. So that's a clock spring of a car taken apart. Interesting. And of course, they connect in here to all these, and that's where the things are plugged into, and your airbag. Alright, just want to take that apart and see what it looks like inside. I'm going to test these motors. I got out the mirrors. Right now I have this set to 0 volts. I'm going to start with probably 3 volts. Well, 3 volts makes this one work. Can you tell that? I can see it on camera. I don't know what voltage these motors are good for. They're in a car, so I'm guessing they go up to 12 volts. So that one is good. Do that repeated for all 4 of them. They start running right about 3 volts. So far, those 2 motors are good. Pretty sure they came out the same mirror. Because this other one too, I kept more wire on. Pretty sure those are from the same. Well, actually, no. Those are the same motor on each one. These are the opposite motors. So far, every single one works when I give it voltage. So the problem isn't the motors at all, it is the control in the car. This one took a little bit more to get going. Okay. It still works. So all 4 of those motors are good. I got these from a what do you call them? Cheater cord. Is what we called them these at the company I worked at. But this had a outlet plug on one side, and these are to plug into 120 volts. I just cut the outlet side off because I don't need it for anything, and using these for the test. I did go ahead and make my own some leftover alligator clips I had from a set I bought years and years ago from Harbor Freight. I had one of these style left with the jacket on it, and I had one of these ones left, which is what I used when I made my own cheater cord. I think I still have that one somewhere, probably in my trailer, but I figured I'd use these two. I was doing some work on my trailer the other day, and I found all the alligator clips I had left from that kit I bought probably more than 10 years ago from Harbor Freight. So the last ones I have out of that set was one of these big ones, which would be good for like a battery, and two of these. They don't come, I don't have the sleeves for them anymore. They should be technically the same one as this, but they're way bigger. So, and this one fits inside the sleeve, so this one won't. I could have used both of these instead, but I'll figure I'd save those for later, since I had these with sleeves already. And of course I grabbed a bunch of heat shrink tubing that would actually fit in here. I don't know if it would shrink good enough to fit over this at all, but they actually fit on them, and they actually fit on this one too. So if I wanted to make something to connect to a battery, I could use that one. And I could use these two, of course, for a small battery. But those are the only ones I had in my possession at this time. But all four of those motors work, which means the motors to the mirrors were not the problem. It is definitely the controller that's keeping them from operating. And the new mirrors, they go up and out, which I think the old mirrors only went out, they didn't want to come back in. So I got both of them to go up now, and I can't get them to go down or in. So something wrong with the controller for it. But the motors are good. Took the mirrors apart, took the clock spring apart. I did find what was wrong with the clock spring. I don't know if I kept the ribbon for it. It's got ribbon wire inside. I think I threw it away already. I don't see it. But there was a point in the ribbon wire where it went into a plastic piece and wrapped around this way, and it was like a really tight bend there, and all the copper wires in that, except for one, broke. Probably over years of turning the wheel back and forth made it just, that's why the clock spring broke. Alright, thanks for watching. Bye.